Hello, everybody, and welcome to Movies, Comics, Undertow. This is the Underwater episode. My name is Brandon, also known as Fragger, and I am joined, as always, with...
Oh, Chris, I'm drowning.
Yeah, you are. I hope you drown.
Oh, I can't swim. Namor, save me.
And you drown. Welcome, everybody, to the podcast this week. We are actually recording it the day before you're going to be listening to it for the first time, I think, ever.
What sorcery is this?
Well, I made a scheduling fuck-up this week and caused us to move, and we were hoping news would happen, and then it didn't happen.
It didn't. This is like this might be Avengers Pizza Week Part 2 because there is a dearth of news to talk about this week.
Yeah, my snafu was kind of dumb because I can actually talk about this now. A awesome developer who makes Sony games, Future Lab, gave me Velocity 2X a month early for free, even though the game ended up being free on PlayStation Plus, so that I could do videos or whatever that I do. And it came out on Tuesday, so I'm like, I'll do a stream. It makes sense. And then it was like the day of. I go, wait a minute, don't I do a podcast on Tuesday nights?
You're like,
Shit.
hold on. Think for a moment. There's a thing you do with people. Shit.
I was just really excited about doing this stream, and then I was like, oh. Then I messaged you, you're like, fine, whatever, fuck it.
No, but it worked out. I've been busy this entire week, just between work and working out, and then getting some other stuff done.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh no, definitely, I'll definitely be more free by the time that Thursday comes around. But then yesterday I went to the dentist, couldn't get a workout in, so now I've piled in 2 workouts, yard work, eating food, getting here, doing the podcast, all in a span of like 2 hours from being home from work. And then I have a second workout to do after this.
I haven't done my workout today either, unfortunately.
You know what? I don't judge anybody at this point. At this point, if I get up to do my workout, I'm going to be astonished with myself, and I believe I would deserve a parade at that point.
But my problem is that I'm finishing up a effects project, and I am in the home stretch. Like, I am on the last, 5 minutes of video.
So, only 4 hours left. That's what you're saying.
Probably 2, actually. Probably 2.5.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
No, it's actually not. So that's when I noticed that I was in the home stretch. I'm like, guess I'm not working out today.
You're like, guess what Daddy's finishing today?
Pretty much. I am
it.
super excited to be done with this because I've been working on this project for 3 weeks, and I haven't been able to work on anything else because it is such a big project that I just needed to work on it. So, the videos that I do, I've played maybe 2 hours of gaming in the past week, which is weird for me.
That's craziness.
I mean, the most I've put in is laying in bed, half asleep, playing solitaire on my phone, because that's all I can muster.
Just I can't do more.
Well, I play card games like that for the brain meats, so I can do some problem solving, some puzzle work.
Okay, I see. I can dig.
Yeah, that's how I do.
That's how you do's it.
Mm-hmm. But we are not here to talk about our personal lives for much longer, even though we are already vamping. You have a tiny bit of news, but I closed all of my tabs before we started and forgot that we have to talk about money being made by Guardians of the Galaxy.
It is now officially the highest grossing movie of the year.
It is. It is currently at $288 million, and I actually know that off the top of my head because Chrome is deciding to take its sweet-ass time to load up. And
God damn, Guardians of the Galaxy has been out a month and 5 weeks now, and it still made almost $1 million last night at the box office. That's crazy.
Yeah, 974.
That's insane.
The thing that is also insane, it is now started to outpace, of all movies, Iron Man.
Yeah, it's actually starting to just tear away from it.
Yeah,
it's got a 3 million lead, I think, at this point, 3.5.
What really, really helped was Monday, because it got $5 million on Monday.
Yeah,
because of course, the day off, the Labor Day weekend. But it's going to be continuing to make money. It does not have any competition next week at all, I don't think.
This weekend, I think there's the Identical, which is like the two Elvis brother movie, and
Oh,
I
that's
think there's like,
competition.
yeah, I think the No Good Deed, I think it's called, with Idris Elba as like a guy who breaks into women's homes and kills them,
Mm-hmm.
and
Atlas Shrugged Part 3.
something. Yeah, no, I don't think it's that.
Oh.
I mean, that's there. It could definitely be a challenge for them.
Uh,
Actually, oh, Dolphin Tale? No, that comes out the 12th. Yeah, I don't know. Never mind. The No Good Deed doesn't even come out until the 12th as well. So, yeah, I think it's just the Identical.
as someone who watched Atlas Shrugged 1, oh my dear God, I can't believe there's a third one.
Is it based off the book, I assume?
Kind of, but set in modern time and really dumb and boring.
Mm,
For the last
mm.
movie podcast I did, we actually watched it, and I think the movie was so bad is why we stopped.
Oh, wow.
No, I'm kidding. It was the last one that we did, and it just happened to be the last thing that we did. It was really fucking bad of a movie. But
Well, that's a shame.
in a way, I like not having to watch as many movies as I do because we had to watch something a week, and that's actually kind of difficult to come up
Yeah,
with it and watch it.
you're telling me.
Yeah, Mister, I read manga all week.
I have. I just finished reading a horrible series that burned my eyes
Hmm.
and made me get depressed, and now I immediately jump into another like 14 volume series. So I'm, there's ain't no rest for the wicked, or whatever the quote was from that song.
Mm,
Is that it? Ain't no rest for the wicked, or
yes,
am I crazy?
yes, it is.
Yeah, sweet. I'm awesome.
So Guardians is now under 30 million away from overtaking Iron Man Dose,
Mm-hmm.
which would be kind of insane.
It is ridiculous to think that Guardians is going to make more than what at the time was the benchmark
Hmm.
for Marvel movies. I mean, now pretty much I think just about every one of Phase Two movies has beaten it. What Iron Man made. I don't know if Thor did,
None of
but
them
I'm pretty
have.
sure. The first Iron Man?
None of them. Iron Man is the third highest grossing Marvel film.
Oh wow! I thought Iron Man 3 had to have made more than it, didn't
It
it?
did. That's the only one that beat it.
Okay. All right. Well, all right. That's no. Iron Man 1 only made like.
318.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking worldwide. Sorry.
Yeah,
That's.
I'm looking at domestic because as of right now, that is the important number because we still don't have China.
Yeah. Well, I just mean in general that that movie made a fuck ton of money that the other ones haven't really cut. The fact that Guardians is beating it domestically is insane. I still don't understand where the fuck it's getting all this money domestically from.
It hasn't of course beaten Iron Man yet because
No, it's still got like
Iron Man
30.
and Iron Man 2 are very close. It's 318 and 312 for Iron Man
Mhm.
and Iron Man 2. If it beats Iron Man 2, it'll beat Iron Man 1.
Yeah.
Almost guaranteed. That's why they're not talking about it beating Iron Man 2. They're talking will it beat Iron Man 1? And that's the reason
Mhm.
because there's a $6 million difference and Marvel will just keep the movie around.
And I at first thought I'd be like, that's gonna be too tough. It's $30 million after a movie's already been out a month.
This
But
weekend is going to be the test.
you look at the rest of the box office for this month, there is nothing that really is coming out that I'm like, well, this is going to change things.
If it pulls
Maze
in,
Runner, maybe Box Trolls at the end of the year. That's like the one, or at the end of the month.
it depends what it makes this weekend. If
Mm-hmm.
it pulls in above 18, it'll do it.
18's tough, but it definitely can do it. I mean, there's
We're
nothing
we're
else that
talking
will
about a $6 million drop. Also losing the holiday weekend. This is also one of the last weekends. School's also now in,
Yeah,
which
school
is
started.
school started. So we've got that, but then there is no competition. Also, the weather is cooling down a bit,
Mm-hmm.
so that may also factor in on people seeing it versus not seeing it. Who knows what's going to happen? But if it does above even 15, which I think it'll do above 15, it'll be fine, and it will do
Yeah.
that. But that's pretty much it for Guardians. It's continuing to surprise, and I'm actually glad that we have a movie like this that we can talk about because here's the thing: if we had started this when Cap came out, because we did this a little bit after Cap,
Yeah, we started this, I think, right as Cap was ending its run.
we would have had a lot less to talk about week on week with Cap. Just like Cap made money,
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of it.
Well, I mean, Cap was still, it's still an interesting movie in just the sense that Captain America made that kind of money when a lot of people, I think,
Cap's
believe
numbers were
me.
more impressive worldwide.
Yeah. But I mean, that is also the number I tend to look at.
See, I will not, as I've mentioned many times, I will not care about worldwide until it is done.
Mhm.
Because there is just start dates, stop dates are completely different overseas. And the fact is that it's India, China, and Japan still do not have Guardians. Means that it could easily pull in what 70 million more.
Oh yeah, there's the opportunity for this movie to make a fuck ton more bank.
Yeah, so who knows? We've also got other things going on, so who knows when. I think we may by the end of September maybe we'll get a announcement about the Guardians home release.
I can't wait for that because the word on the street is that there are a big amount of there's quite a, it sounds like there's quite a lot of extra scenes to be seen in this movie, like Drax talking about his tattoos. I've heard
Hmm.
other stuff, so I'm really interested to kind of catch the DVD release and see what stuff was cut out of it.
I'm excited for a James Gunn commentary because they're amazing.
Are they?
Oh
I've yet to see one,
yeah.
so
Slither has one of my favorite commentaries because it's just him and Nathan Fillion almost riffing on the movie.
really.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Hmm.
And so that's something I'm excited about. But speaking of home releases, we have one next week. Wait, we have two next week. We have Captain America hitting Blu-ray, and we also have the same for Agents of Shield. Now, Chris, I have a confession to make.
Okay.
I said I was going to be picking up Agents of Shield on Blu-ray. That was until I saw the pricing for it. I'm
How?
probably not doing that now.
What's the pricing of it?
Cheapest I can get it is at Best Buy for $40. And
That's not god awful.
it's bad enough that I said I could hold off
Yeah, I
because
can see that.
that means that that day will come to $60 in home releases, and I'm like, I'm good. Kind of
Mm-hmm.
need to save a little bit of money right now. Um, and so I'll probably be picking it up later. I'll take a look at it, maybe take some pictures, be like click and stuff. While I'm at probably Target is actually where I'm picking up my Cat Blu-ray because it's cheapest there actually.
Tajay.
Target for the 3D 2D Blu-ray combo is $20 actually.
Yeah.
They because the thing is that it's cheaper to get it there and also somewhat cheaper to get the Agents of Shield Blu-ray there because it's 20 and 39 respectively at Target. Best Buy is 25 and 45. But the way Best Buy is doing it is if you buy Cap and a TV show, they knock all the prices down for Cap. So it ends up being $60 there too.
Hmm.
So I looked at that and I said, can I swing it? I'll get this during Black Friday when it's probably going to be a little cheaper. The
Yeah.
TV show will go cheaper, not the movies.
Well, unfortunately, I don't have that luxury because I need to catch up on the series, and that seems to be the only legal way
Oh,
to do
but
so.
the DVD's a lot cheaper.
Yeah. I'm hoping that's like 25, 30.
I'll actually get numbers for you if you don't mind.
Huzzah.
See, that wonderful website that I've mentioned all the time, Blu-ray.com, blue-ray.com, I'm sorry, has a sale as a thread specifically for movie and TV deals. And they post early scans of ads.
Oh, okay.
Captain America, blah, blah, blah. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. be $29.99 at Target.
Okay.
Let's see, where is the Best Buy ad? Best Buy, Best Buy, Best Buy. I don't care about a Criterion sale. I don't care about last month's sale. Scrolling intensifies. It looks like it is not have the correct icon, which is why I missed it. Okay, there we go.
Bummer.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. will be $32.99 at Best Buy.
All right, $29 then. So
But
I
you're
need
picking
to.
up Cap at as well, right?
Yeah, I guess I kind of have to, and I got to pick up the Blu-ray of that.
If you get the 2D Blu-ray of that, hold on. Let me get this actual thing because this is going to be totally useful for some people actually. The way it works with the Cap sale is the Blu-ray with qualifying purchase will be $10.
Hmm. Where's that at?
Best Buy. That's the one if you buy
Best
a
Buy.
TV show with it.
Okay.
And if you're buying a TV show with it, makes sense? Mm-hmm.
So like if I'm getting Agents of Shield with it already,
Yeah,
if I get Agents of Shield there, then I'm getting Captain America Blu-ray for
it'll
ten
be
bucks.
$42 for both.
Okay,
That's not too bad, actually.
that's not god awful.
I
Now, does that have a DVD version with it,
I
or is it
am
just a
double
Blu-ray?
checking right now because I don't see it listed. So let me double, triple, quadruple check here, because worst thing that I could do is tell you that it does, and that it in fact does not. Looks like the 2D DVD does not, so I want to look at other editions. Let's see here.
Bummer.
Okay. This is incredibly interesting, and I'm so lazy. I'm not cutting this shit out.
No time for that.
I have no time for that. I have censoring and Skype calls to be in. Captain America. I mean, what else are you going to talk about, Chris? The nothing that's going on?
We do have news. There is technically news.
Technically.
Yes, I don't want to, try to act like there's nothing going on because there is stuff going on. Just, kind of, sort of.
Mm-hmm. But I'll say this: I'm not seeing a DVD listed, which is kind of a bummer. But the DVD by itself is $4.99 for that, so that's actually almost inconsequential.
I can just wait. I can buy just the DVD version of Captain America for $5,
If you do that with it, if you do buy the DVD and the TV show,
and the Blu-ray as well. Does it apply to both?
I don't know if it applies to both
That's the key thing. I want the Blu-ray,
for the future.
but I want the DVD to watch it now.
Much right, meow.
Yeah.
Well, the best thing that I can see that you could do.
This is basically you just doing my shopping list for me.
Well, I also know how to do this quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Is the thing. The probably one of the better ways of doing it. I don't know if you're okay with streaming legal content. If you get the Blu-ray, the 2D,
I mean, yeah,
it
I
comes with
do
the digital
still get,
copy.
yeah, I still get the digital version.
But the digital version only comes with the 3D version of the movie.
What?
Mm-hmm.
That's ridiculous.
So,
Why would I not get it with the
2D, because that's how these work, Chris. Welcome to home media.
That's terrible.
The plus side is that at Best Buy you can actually get it in a steelbook.
That's still annoying.
I don't
I'm
know.
sad.
Hey,
This is very un-Captain America.
I don't know. Take a look at that link. What do you think about that box art?
I don't know if box art's necessarily going to be the thing that's going.
You were saying?
No, that doesn't do it for me.
It's in a metal.
Because then it's gonna be weird in my collection.
It's a metal box and everything.
No, this is Mass Effect all over again. It's gonna be cool, but you're gonna be the weird thing in my collection that's gonna be strange.
Okay, when it comes to steelbook casing, when it comes to movies, they aren't wider and they aren't taller. They're actually the same size, just a metal box. But you can make that decision yourself when you're there.
Yeah, that's gonna be an in-store decision. I'll head over to Best Buy and we'll see what we.
Well, I think probably your choices are getting the DVD or getting the 3D Blu-ray.
I mean, worst comes to worst, I'll just get the Blu-ray and then I'll just rent the movie on Redbox to watch it.
That works too.
Yeah, something like that. I'm sure they have
the third option.
Yeah,
the renegade third option.
Yeah, I'll take that. Can't stop me.
And speaking of the Redbox, I believe it'll be there day one at Redbox. It will be, in fact, on DVD and Blu-ray, as well as Batman Assault on Arkham and A Haunted House 2.
Ooh, I can get a treasure trove of movies.
Oh, September 30th is the release for Transformers: Age of Extinction. I can completely ignore that then. That's good.
Don't need that.
You know, one final bit of weirdness. Don't you think it's kind of funny how they've changed the name of Edge of Tomorrow?
Yeah, it's now Kill, Die, Repeat.
Live, Die, Repeat.
Or Live, Die, Repeat. I don't get that. That seems strange to me.
Live, Die, Repeat, Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah, I was like, Edge of Tomorrow was a perfectly fine name for the movie. I know it wasn't as good as All You Need Is Kill, but Edge of Tomorrow worked. Live, Die, Repeat. It's just like, are you really like... Just like, there's people out there who aren't going to get the premise of this movie. The really big idiots, so we need to... He comes back. Like, you see him die in the trailer, we're not spoiling the movie. He comes back. See, the movie's called Live, Die, Repeat.
Mm-hmm.
Now we got
Until
that.
until the point in the movie where that stops.
Yeah. Well, I mean, come on. That's spoilers. You may not know that. Maybe they go the entire movie thinking Tom Cruise just keeps coming back over and over again.
I need to close out of this website because it just had popped up with a review for one of my favorite underrated movies, which was Lockout.
And you don't want to get sucked into the review, or you don't want to.
I had pictures, so I was looking at pictures.
You're just like, I'm getting bummed out, man. They didn't like my movie.
Well, a bunch of people didn't like Lockout. That's the Guy Pearce space prison escape from New York movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty funny because all he does is act like an asshole the entire movie. All he does is make sarcastic one-liners the entire film. And it's one of the best things in that movie.
I can see how that might be annoying.
Best things about that movie. It's his character in a nutshell, where everyone just like says something, he kind of just makes a snarky one-liner. They kind of go, "Really?" It's pretty fantastic. So, actual news.
As I said, we don't have a tremendous amount of stuff, but there is some stuff to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
We'll start off with just a real quick piece of cast. It is from Agent Carter. We do find out two of the characters who are going to be played in the show. We discussed these characters a couple weeks back. Daniel Sosa and Jack Thompson. Daniel Sosa is the crippled war vet who is friends with Agent Carter, and Jack Thompson is the somewhat sexist character who's going to be kind of the antagonistic foil to Agent Carter. And I'm going to fuck up his name. Enver Giokaj. I don't know how the fuck to pronounce that last name.
8 out of 10.
Gokaj. He's going to be playing Daniel Sosa, and Chad Michael Murray. That's the name I fuck up more. Murray. Chad Michael Murray is going to be playing Jack Thompson.
Okay.
So, little piece of news. I know nothing about either guy, but they both seem like they could do fine based off what other people have said, so good for them. Some Captain America 3 news, actually. Little pieces, nothing huge. Captain America 3 is going to begin filming in Atlanta in April of next year, so that's going to give them plenty of time to get that movie out. I feel bad for Chris Evans, though.
Oh, God, yeah.
That guy gets no fucking break. He finishes Captain America 2. Then, basically, as soon as that happens, like, he got a little bit of a break there, but then it was kind of getting ready for Avengers 2. He's going to finish filming Avengers 2. He's done filming for that. He's going to get a little bit of a break.
No,
he's
done filming that.
Yeah, he's done. He's
been done for a month.
I know, but right now he has a little bit of a break until they have to start getting the press touring starting for Avengers 2. Then as soon as Avengers 2 is done, he has to start filming. Or even before Avengers 2 is done, he has to start filming for Captain America 3.
Yeah.
That guy gets no break. I can see why he's like, I need to fucking get out of this.
I also think they probably talked to him about doing this whole thing because it also might be keeping in shape.
Mm-hmm.
And
I could see it, yeah.
That's a big thing, too, because when you have a big gap in between and you have to keep in shape, that's almost harder than going from movie to movie to movie like that.
Yeah, so I can imagine it's going to be a tough schedule for him, but it is cool that they're going to be getting to start filming on that. And there's also, this is an article from cinemablend.com. The framing structure for it's a bit strange.
Sure.
It's like 7 marvelous facts the Russos think you need to know for Captain America 3. Like, first of all, I didn't think there were 7. I think I clicked through and there were 4. And like 2 of them were like fucking like Captain America's best friend is Bucky. I was like, I fucking know this. Like, this isn't a strange thing.
Did you know that Captain America has a shield?
Yeah, Captain America loves America and was born in America. Like, thanks. I grasp this. But no, one of the things that is mentioned within this article is they discuss that Guardian's success has kind of given them a bit of a free range to get a bit strange with Cap 3.
Yes.
And their quote is, they're like, look, we think Cap works best very grounded. But they're keeping their mind open to pushing the envelope with narrative and style. So they're saying, look, we know that we can be a bit more odd with our movies because Guardian's shown that audiences will go and still see movies that seem a bit odd.
Like they could go crazy into the Hydra stuff.
Yeah, or, you could include, maybe it's not improbable that they find some way to work some sort of MODOK into the movie. It wouldn't exactly be the big floating head with the crystal, but he could be there in some, realized fashion of some kind.
Really hope if they do MODOK, it appears in something like Guardians.
Well,
I know it can't, because he's not part of that universe. But I will. That's where he would be perfect, just like floating in the background.
There's a lot of talk that not Guardian, Cap 3 might actually be a little bit of like a kind of like a mini Avengers. There's talk that it may be a kind of a group of heroes that Cap's leading in that.
I heard that they're going to try to have Hawkeye in it.
Well, Hawkeye's he's all but kind of confirmed at this point. I haven't heard much on whether or not Scarlett Johansson will be in it. I don't know if she's actually had her kid yet or not.
I think she had probably by now.
She was
how does babies work?
She was just starting to show a baby bump during Avengers when they were filming Avengers 2. I don't know. I can't even do that math right now. Anyway, so it could be cool if they're leading a group of if he's leading a group of heroes in that maybe they can work something in there. Although that might be a little tough to then put MODOK in on top of that unless he's like a minor villain of some kind.
Well, Chris, the answer to your question is she had the baby today.
Oh, well, there we go. That's enough time, I think, for her to lose the weight and get in the right mindset, I guess, in time for April if she wants to be in Avengers or Cap 3.
I'm double checking here because I just typed in her name and the very first thing was today 4 hours ago they announced that they had baby.
I mean, look, I don't follow like a whole bunch of gossip news sites or anything like that. I'm just surprised I haven't heard this from anybody yet.
Same here. I was trying to see. I was going to try to.
Yeah, there we go. Scarlett Johansson gives birth to baby girl 3 hours ago. God damn it! You know what? There's like a new generation of people right now who are just like, oh, sweet, she had a daughter. Fuck yeah! In 18 years, there's gonna be a new hotter Scarlett Johansson in the world.
Those people.
It's like all the people like AKA me who are like, God damn it, Manning brothers, stop having daughters. There's no new football quarterbacks you're bringing into the world this way.
Maybe they will.
Hey, if they could, I'm all for it. But the way the world's currently structured, they ain't being quarterbacks in the NFL.
Hey, we need to challenge that shit.
All right, I go for it.
But I think it actually is kind of funny that we're just that just happened. So congratulations, there's a bit of news.
Yeah, congratulations, Scarlett. ScarJo.
That means that we're probably going to see her on a bunch of the press stuff for Avengers now.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be, yeah, we should definitely see her. I keep forgetting it's only September.
Yeah, that stuff's going to start kicking up. It also depends.
Cheers forever.
I'm wondering also, maybe, I'm still hoping that we're going to get more of those big name people in S.H.I.E.L.D., and she'd be a perfect person to just jump in for an episode.
I thought I heard something that they might be looking into that.
Yeah. Maybe that was a part of her being able to take time off earlier for Avengers, because I know she finished her filming first.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., there is... Oh, God, what the fuck? Okay. Speaking of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., there is some kind of cast... we already know that Nick Blood is going to be playing Lance Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
And we now know that Lance Hunter is going to be basically a regular cast member in this series. He's gonna, I guess he's gonna be jumping kind of into the role that Triplet had before. I haven't heard a lot about the actor who played Triplet. I don't know if he's actually recurring or they've just not included him in the second season because I haven't heard a whole lot about him. And in case you guys are curious, there actually is now a teaser out for season 2.
Mm-hmm.
A small trailer you can get. So if you're interested, you can check that out. But thought I'd mention that. So Lance Hunter's just going to be like a member of the team now.
It would make sense. I wanted it to be a time jump.
They can jump a little bit forward. I don't want them to go too crazy far ahead because you kind of... Like, Marvel movies right now haven't gone too far into establishing direct time points and things.
The only thing that I can remember is that they mentioned it with each of the Phase 2 films, where... Iron Man 3 was supposed to be like a month after New York. Mm-hmm. Thor was supposed to be like 4 to 6 months. And Cap 2 was supposed to be like 8 months. Something like that. After New York. So, and of course, since Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. takes place a little bit after Cap 2 in the end, they could probably jump forward a couple of months so that... Because where they ended the show, they have a really good... place to do a time jump a little bit.
Yeah, and I guess they kind of, they do have the luxury of being like, look, we can go ahead a little bit. Because if Avengers, I mean, if you're going off that number, you'd have to assume that their plan for Avengers is to have that be a year after the first one.
I would imagine something like that, or something
Something
close.
along, yeah, something like that. So it gives them definitely some months to play with there.
Yeah, it also does depend on what's going on. I mean, we're probably going to start getting some hints on what's going on in Agents of Shield. It's going to be part of the hype machine, because we all know that if there is that big of a time difference between Iron Man 3 and Avengers 2, what the hell has Tony been up to for like 8 months?
Yeah, I'm kind of interested because I need to follow their Twitter account to see if any kind of juicy stuff comes out.
The Shield one, from time to time, is more. Sometimes the actors do it better.
Yeah,
Well,
I suppose.
I only follow Clark Gregg because you got to follow Clark Gregg.
I should follow Chloe Bennett and see if she posts up any sultry photos of herself.
This
I'm
guy.
sorry, did I say that out loud?
Yeah, you kind of did.
Damn. Oh well.
Whoops.
Can't take it back now.
But no, I am pretty excited about all that stuff. There was actually something completely not in our wheelhouse that happened, because
Really?
I follow Arrow.
Mm-hmm. The Green Arrow show?
Yes,
Okay.
it's okay, like watchable
Okay.
out of 10. Season 2 is actually pretty rad, and it seems like they're getting out of the Batman grimdark and going into lighthearted, which I'm happy about. Because it was pretty grimdark. And apparently Liam Neeson was asked about Arrow, and he goes, "Oh, I'd love to come back as Ra's al
Oh yeah,
Ghul."
Ra's al Ghul. Oh,
And then you can imagine all the casting people were just like, "Son of a bitch!"
God, fuck.
Because like 2 days later, they announced that it wasn't going to be him.
Oh,
Because you can imagine they already had things set in stone. Then Liam Neeson's like, "Yeah, I would have loved to have come
Liam
back."
Neeson's like, "Oh, were you kidding me? I'd love to play Ra's al Ghul."
And everyone's just like, "Damn it!"
Oh, fuck. God damn it.
And it would have been awesome. How many people do you think would
Oh
have...
my god, can you imagine? My fat ass would watch fucking Arrow like it was going out of style. I'd be like, why haven't I been watching this from the... I'd act like I was the biggest Arrow fan in the world leading up to that.
I didn't even watch The Flash.
Yeah, I had no time for that.
But no, that made me kind of sad that happened, because I was just like, yeah, I'd be in. I'd be super in. But no, that's not happening. And I'm kind of excited for that show to come back, because, I mean, it got pretty fun towards the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
They're not afraid to throw in heroes. Which...
That's always a good sign.
It's a good sign. I mean, the one thing I gotta say about it, the negative is that it's obviously not connected to the movies. They've said it flat out that it's not. And
I feel that it's almost more on the part of the movies than it necessarily has to fall on the show, though.
well, it also gives them the freedom to toss in heroes, but then it also has one of those things that's like, it's its own universe then. So you're kind of like, I guess
they can do whatever they want. They can have this guy kill Batman if they really want to.
It's...
I mean, not necessarily will, but you know, they have that opportunity now.
It just has that thing where you kind of look at it and go, oh. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in the end, I'm kind of excited for that to come back, because that's going to be coming out back around the same time that S.H.I.E.L.D. does. But hopefully there's less pretty people, because it's a CW show.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the problems you run into, unfortunately.
I mean, it's not like everyone is the most gorgeous of people in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. They are for the most part, but it doesn't feel like I'm watching a CW show.
I was about to be like, how dare you speak that way of Chloe Bennett?
I'm saying it's not like the entire cast is like that. Kind of like how Arrow is, except for when there's old people.
Mm-hmm. Fucking old people.
Fucking old people.
But still a little bit more pieces of news to talk about. Going back to Captain America real quick.
Mm-hmm.
The Russos were interviewed. Here's the thing. This is from the MarySue.com.
Yeah.
And I think it's a cool story. I don't know who the fuck did it, though, because they never say if they did it or if someone else did it, and they're just regurgitating the news.
Yeah.
I find this very annoying. It's the only source I found on it, so I don't know, but it is annoying me. Anyway, someone did an interview with the Russos, and they got to talk about how when they were writing Winter Soldier, their goal was to make it honest trailer proof.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for those of you who don't know what Honest Trailer is, it's a YouTube series, comedy series, where they basically redub a trailer to essentially mock the movie, you know, usually by pointing out all of its plot holes and, you know, making fun of the actors and you know, making jokes of that. I think most people have probably seen at least one episode of it, even if you don't remember it. Like the Twilight one where it was, what's her name, like Shovel Face or something like that.
Yeah.
But apparently the Russos are big fans of the series, and their goal when they were writing Winter Soldier was to make it so that the movie wasn't going to be one that would require the audience to make these big leaps of logic that would easily just be inside of an honest trailer if they were going to take a look at it. They were like, look, let's make sure the logic is grounded. Let's go back a couple times, make sure people can follow along with this, that we're not making these huge jumps.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get the chance, honest trailers did take a look at the Winter Soldier, and it's actually one of their really positive ones. Like, they kind of break in halfway through and they're like, and this is a pretty awesome movie. Like, seriously, we have to be completely honest. This movie's fucking great. Everyone kicks ass, and the few things they do say negative on it, they're like, look, we acknowledge these are fucking nitpicks. And it's great, I like, not necessarily that they're doing it for the Honest Trailer part. I don't have any affiliation or affection for Honest Trailer any more than any other series or anything like that. I just think it's kind of cool that they're taking a look at these movies and really grounding down the logic in them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's cool that, the reason they're doing it is because, they're big fans of this, online series. And they're like, hey, if this sort of series just can poke holes all over our movie, then, we need to change that. We need to make sure it's grounded so more people can enjoy it. I think it's a great thing. And it really continues to nail down just how much I enjoy the Russos and what they're doing with Captain America.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So I thought this was a cool little news story. If you haven't seen it, I definitely would suggest watching the Honest Trailer for Captain America. It's pretty amusing.
And when's your check clear?
Tomorrow, hopefully. And I will be getting a PS4 so that I can watch my Captain America on Blu-ray.
And playing your Disney Skylanders.
Yes, in the Bahamas.
Damn, that's a good check.
I know, seriously. That was a good play. That's fucking YouTube money right there. Small thing from Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Mm-hmm.
James Gunn was recently at, I believe it was PAX. Maybe not PAX. It was one of the recent conventions.
But imagine him being at PAX would be kind of weird.
Yeah, I was about to say, it can't be PAX.
Maybe Dragon Con?
Yeah, it must have been Dragon Con. He had a panel there, and at the panel, he was asked about female characters in Guardians of the Galaxy, and he basically responded by saying he plans to introduce new female characters into Guardians of the Galaxy as soon as possible. So, it doesn't really kind of elaborate who. I mean, the obvious ones. There's not a whole lot. I mean, there are some. There, beyond Gamora, there's still Mantis, Quavel, or whatever her name was, Quasar, and then eventually she became something else.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I can't remember what else she fucking became. There's also Moondragon, which is Drax's daughter. I don't know if they'll include her or not, though, because I don't know exactly how close they're trying to tie Drax in with what he is in the comics. But there are female characters to play with, and it's cool to see that he's talking about introducing some of those in the next Guardians movie, because I think those are all characters I think people would be excited to see.
He also did something strange on Twitter today.
He asked who people would like to see in the next Guardians movie, like what new character. I saw you responded with Cosmo in a talking role, which I completely agreed with. I would have retweeted it, but I forgot.
Mm-hmm. I read through it. There was actually a lot of people asking for Mantis.
I like Mantis. She's actually kind of fun. She's from what I remember of her in the comics, she's kind of a unique piece in that I guess you'd call her like the heart, but she is like sort of the simple, more gentle part of this otherwise collection of weirdos and freaks. Like, she's weird in herself, and she's a fucking telepathic bug person, but like, she kind of has like more grounded personality. I kind of like, so I could dig that. I could see this, putting some emotion into that character.
Yeah,
but still making her badass as like this martial artist with kind of psychic powers.
Yeah, and it could be a fun character to do. And we also, this is also just James Gunn, of course, probably seeing who people would really like to see, who know the Guardians that well. And there was, of course, tons of jackass comments and really dumb things.
Yeah, he made a joke about that at one point.
Yeah, Batman.
We made Batman, and then there was another one. He's like, all right, based off these suggestions, you guys want to see...
like Popeye and...
Batmite, Popeye... I forget the other ones. But yeah, it was a whole collection of them. And he's just like, that's the new Guardians team's going to be. So
I saw some ones that didn't look like they were jokes, and it made me really sad. Somebody asked for Venom.
Well, Agent Venom is technically a Guardian now. So there is that. Let's hold on. Batmite, the Fonz, Chitata, John Bon Jovi, and Popeye.
I want John Bon Jovi. I want Space John Bon Jovi.
Space John Bon Jovi.
From space. That John Bon
Oh,
Jovi came from the moon.
that the Peter Dinklage quote.
Yes.
What is it? The wizards
That
live on.
wizard came from the moon.
Did anyone like ever ask him why he did it with such a weird fucking delivery?
Uh, the all of them have that delivery, and it's the reason because they were putting a filter over it.
Oh, okay.
Because they're applying a robotic filter to it. So they probably knew how they wanted it to sound. So when you're just having a normal voice with a robotic filter, it does sound a little off. So you have to kind of have a somewhat of a robotic tick to your voice.
Hmm.
So he actually did a really good job, and after hearing him in the game, he actually was perfectly fine. It was just we heard it without the filter.
Yeah, there was just one line where you're just like, ooh.
That wizard came from the moon.
What's it sound like with the filter? Like that robot
They
saying.
took it out, actually. The line's
Okay,
gone.
just get for that one. We'll
Well,
just
okay, to be fair,
cut that
Bungie,
off.
after it came out, they did a shirt with that on it for charity that they had for a
Yeah.
month. And when they did the video game ice bucket challenge that was going around,
Mhm.
uh, he mentioned that that came from the moon.
Ah,
They
okay.
still acknowledge that it exists, but they like this.
No,
We
like, all
can't
right,
we can't really have this in the game anymore. It's already
we're,
become a
we're,
meme.
we're, we're just gonna get rid of these.
It's already a meme.
Yeah, it is getting ridiculous. Come
Yeah.
on now.
To be fair, the wizards in the game do come from the moon.
All of them,
Well,
or
that's
just
where
that?
the
Just that?
in the game that's the hive is the that enemy type, and they have wizards, a class of wizards.
Dangerous. Uh, Two last pieces of news here. This one kind of news, kind of not news. It's kind of news by not being news.
Okay.
But this is actually Disney related. Disney was asked if
Ah,
they're going to be doing any sort of movies within the Marvel Cinematic Universe because they own the right. They own the rights to Marvel at this point, or they own Marvel rather. So they were kind of questioning like, "Are you guys going to do anything? You know, you got this Big Hero 6. Is that going to tie into it?" And this is from John
Lasseter,
Lasseter, and he's the one who runs Pixar and Disney Animation. And
and
he's like,
pretty much Disney at
yeah,
this
and
point.
he's like, we haven't talked to them about it. We haven't really looked into it. The way that he sort of describes it, he's like, look, you know, Disney has what they're doing, Marvel has what they're doing. You know, we don't really want to kind of involve them because then it kind of forces them to put their hands into what we're doing as well. And I don't think he's necessarily saying that it's like a bad thing. He's just noting like, look, if you put a movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, that changes what you do in that movie. You
Yeah.
know, we have to change. We'd have to adapt to their universe. They'd have to be more hands-on. Say you can do that, you can't do that. We're just going to take a property that most people didn't already know about. I think Laster even admits he's like, I never even read a Big Hero 6 comic. We just saw this property, we thought it could work, and we're building off of
It
that.
looks kind of rad.
And Big Hero 6 looks great. I think it looks extremely cool. The trailers, you know, they
Isn't it?
produce a chuckle.
Isn't it by the team who did like Wreck-It Ralph?
Yeah, it's Wreck-It Ralph. I think it's the same team who did Frozen as well.
I think some of the Frozen team, but they obviously
Yeah,
wasn't the Frozen team because they were working on Frozen.
yeah, but I mean some of the team from Frozen's also because that's like their fucking from the creators of Wreck-It Ralph and Frozen.
Well, yeah,
So
because Frozen made $1 billion.
yeah, so I can imagine all of it. It does look really good though, and the trailers have been great in that they haven't spoiled the fact that there's more heroes in the movie. You just see the big robot guy.
Yeah, I saw one trailer. I think I saw the trailer before Guardians actually,
Yeah,
and that was the first time I seen a trailer, and I'm like in.
yeah, it looks good. Looks like it's going to be a good 3D movie as well. So
Well, a lot of animated movies are. Let's be honest.
yeah, but specifically, it looks like it's a really another really good Disney movie. But just thought I'd mention out there for anyone who's
Yeah,
worried, like, oh, hey, cool, you know, Big Hero 6 are into Marvel Cinematic Universe. They're not in it, and it doesn't sound like Marvel or Disney has any plans to do anything with that. They're just going to leave that to Marvel
I
to
do
handle.
wonder if there's gonna be a Marvel slate,
A Marvel slate.
as in the title slate.
Oh, I
Wonder.
imagine it has to have some connection to it.
I imagine that they won't put studios there probably.
Because you still, yeah, it'll be like what you get in front of Iron Man or not Spider Man or
X-Men.
X Men because there's still Marvel properties that just don't happen to exist in the Marvel universe.
Depends, I don't know, or maybe it'll be like a Marvel. I'm actually looking forward to the Marvel themed probably Disney Castle. It'd be kind of neat, or the Big Hero 6 themed Disney Castle, as they like to do these days. But anything else?
One last piece of news, and this is comics news, but I thought I'd bring it up because I think it's actually pretty cool. Uh, Marvel is going to be featuring several anti-bullying variant covers to some of their series this month in cooperation with Stomp Out Bullying. I guess this is they have an awareness program through October where their goal is to kind of raise awareness for cyberbullying and bullying and prevent it. So Marvel is partnering with them to do a couple different variant covers featuring their heroes and bullying. So there's one for Captain America. There's one for Guardians of the Galaxy where Gamora's looking over a girl who's kind of isolated. I really like the art there. Hulk gets one, and even Rocket Raccoon gets one with Rocket and Groot sitting with a kid who's isolated. It's just kind of cute little covers that look kind of cool. They all have their own unique art style to it.
It would have been really awkward if it did one of the Death of Wolverine.
Yeah, the death of Wolverine. He's just like dying, but he's like, "Don't worry, I still love you." I mean, I'm dying, so no one will be there after me. But
He's like huddled over this kid. He's bleeding everywhere.
Or Original Sins, where it's just like, "Who killed the Watcher?" It wasn't you though. We all like you, Billy.
Some of them just don't fit.
It's just Nick Fury like doing the double point, like I love the finger guns, like we love you, Billy. But seriously, you killed the Watcher.
The Punisher. Let's stop bullying.
The Punisher. That'd be a fucking great variant cover. Punisher stops bullying. You see legs hanging out of a meat grinder. It's like, all right, this is kind of extreme.
Tell no one, Billy.
You're not going to be bullying anyone else anymore.
You're on my list.
But no, I think it's actually
no. In all seriousness, yes, it's a really good thing.
You guys can get, if you're interested in getting these covers, once again, there's one for Captain America, Rocket Raccoon, Guardians of the Galaxies, Avengers, Inhuman, Hulk, Captain America, and Legendary Star-Lord are all getting one. And I believe they're available exclusively through comic book stores. So go to your local comic book store and ask for the variant cover of those issues as they're coming out.
I really wish I had looked this up, because I found news and I don't really want to talk about it right now because apparently some of the details for the new Thor book also got hit today. But I was looking at when the new Thor hits, and that's next month.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, what do you mean in terms of news came out for it?
They have a bunch of the first pages.
Oh, okay. Does the artwork look nice?
It's kind of neat. I'll just punt it your way.
Okay, that works.
Take a quick look. I think it looks okay. I'm actually kind of pumped. I'm not going to read the words just yet because it's not that time to do that. Oh, I like that first page. I like some of these variant covers too. Are pretty rad.
Ooh, I wonder where you can get these variant covers because I may have to get some of those.
Not the cartoonish one.
Oh, it's not loading for. Oh, launch viewer. Okay, delete.
Yeah.
Okay, I can dig this.
That's a really good first page.
I can dig this art. Do have some cool looking variants here.
You see what I mean? Not the cartoonish one.
Let's see. Yeah, that one's a little bit strange. Okay, the cartoon. Yeah, I got to your cartoonish one now.
Yeah.
I like the one after that though.
Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to Thor. I like the logo too.
Yeah. I mean, this should be a pretty cool book. I'm very curious to see where things are going to be going with this. I'm really hoping for good things out of this.
Mm-hmm. I am too. So, other comic news today, this week was the release of 2 books that we both have not had time to read because they both kind of just happened, and it was the release of Rocket 3 and Death of Wolverine, which I'm actually going to be reading.
Really?
Yes. I've
actually heard good things about that.
I have too, so that's one of the reasons why. And also, it's only a 4 issue, and they're doing it one a week, I believe. They're not drawing it out.
So like this works for my schedule, just the way I like it.
Well, that kind of means that they're making this into an event, but not a big drawn out.
This isn't like, oh god, well no, because they have another one of those happening already.
Well, that one's ending.
Access.
Oh yeah, Access
is immediately starting as soon as Original Sins is done.
Yeah, so it's going to be just this September is the Death of Wolverine, and
oh, by the way, I this is kind of off topic
in
a sort of way, but I'm really annoyed. I love fucking Professor X in First Class. It's one of my favorite characters I think I've seen in any kind of Marvel movie. I thought they handled that absolutely great, and I was like, I really do like Professor Xavier. I'm now reading what Xavier is doing now. My God, he's a monster.
Yeah, that
It's
happens.
like it's like every single time he gets a new storyline, he's like, I brainwashed another person, wiped their mind because I found them too dangerous to to be controlled or something like that. And they're just discovering it. And I guess it's reached a point now where like Cyclops is even like, I'm not even surprised. I'm just disappointed in you.
And Cyclops is a monster now.
Yeah, like Cyclops, you always hear like he's such a dick, but like I'm just
No,
like,
he's a
really,
monster.
Oh, he's just a monster.
Yeah, he after the like leading up to and the events of Avengers versus X-Men, he's a
Mm-hmm.
monster. The whole
I
Avengers versus X-Men thing is on him.
Oh really?
Oh yeah.
Did he kill somebody?
Let's say he was trying to tried to take the Phoenix power himself.
That seems like a bad plan.
He kind of succeeded.
I do know that like a couple people got the Phoenix Force.
He
But
was one of
yeah.
them.
Yeah, I knew he was one of them. There was a couple others as well.
Yeah, he kind of became a monster leading like a crazy person mutant island. He
Hmm.
became almost like I think he was I think he's now either in jail or something like that. I can't remember, but yeah, Cyclops went off the deep end.
That seemed that's unfortunate. You know, I would like to hear
I read that one. Oh my god.
that. Why Cyclops? Why?
But yeah, so that happened, and I might sit down and go into that stuff, but I really don't feel like reading X-Men. I have other comics to read.
So, X-Men, I just always hear, and it just sounds miserable. Like it just sounds like it's a universe that never reaches any kind of status quo. There's always like 15 different X-Men books going on at the same time.
I mean, I liked it during the '90s, but that was kind of the perfect time for them to be that crazy.
Mhm.
At some point, we may want to dig into the Age of Apocalypse stuff, which is always rad. That stuff's rad.
Yeah, and I mean, I still enjoyed what I read from that book we read prior
Well,
to.
that's '80s '90s stuff, so that's when it was still sane.
Mhm.
That was pre-cable.
It's when it wasn't as crazy.
Well,
When it wasn't as
cable
cray cray.
was the flag, like the starting flag of when things started getting insane, because that's when they started introducing the multiple different books, the teams, X Factor, Extreme X Men, stuff like that. More X puns.
Yeah, like as it is now, there's still like I feel
X
like there's
Factor's
still
still
like
around. X Factor's a big book.
yeah, I feel like there's still like 30 or 40 different fucking
Don't forget,
Avengers
that's where
X Men
Deadpool
books.
came from.
Yeah, yeah. Wish he hadn't.
Uh, I liked his game. I like Nolan North playing him.
I just I don't like Deadpool. It's just something about the character. It just annoys the shit out of me.
I think he's really good in visual media when he's put in as a character, not when he's in books invading other things.
I know him mostly just because, like, the first time I ever really got introduced to him was from the Marvel Ultimate Alliance games. Or I guess I think he was in the second X Men Legends actually.
Okay.
And he annoys me. There's something about like this, like, oh hey, look at me leaning on the fourth wall, knock knock. I'm in a video game that's just like, oh, shut up.
There's a really great joke about that in what is it, Marvel vs. Capcom 3,
Hmm.
where his finishing move is to take his health bar and beat somebody with it.
Hmm.
And there is a line, I think it's when you fight She-Hulk, and she says, if this was taking place in the '90s, I'd be the person beating Pillman to death with a health bar. Which I'm like, that's a really good joke about that, because she does that too. But hers is
Yeah,
much more adorable and fun and less asshole.
let's douchey.
But no, the Deadpool game is actually really fun.
Really.
It's made by the guys who made the Transformers games,
Hmm.
and the first like level is Deadpool's apartment, and you just do stuff like make pancakes and
Pancakes.
do stuff. And there's a really great part where you call Nolan North to play you in the game, and Nolan North's like, I don't know why it has to be all about boobs. Why can't it be about buff dudes this time? And he's like, that's cool, Nolan North, and like hangs up, which is pretty funny, I think.
I can see it. It's just.
Yeah, I know you Deadpool, grumble grumble Deadpool.
Grumble, grumble.
You get to slap Wolverine for like 10 straight minutes.
That I could dig.
Yeah,
That I'd enjoy.
yeah. You crash the X Jet into Genosha, and Wolverine's just passed out, and you just try to wake him up, and you could just keep hitting the slap button, and you could
Until you just get tired.
no until you actually run out of things to say because you say something different each time you slap him.
Oh, so it's like that scene in Mass Effect 3 where you're like able to walk up and hit the button.
Mm-hmm.
And like it's like 5 minutes of extra dialogue you just keep hearing. He's like, stop hitting the button.
Yeah, like that.
Really? Stop hitting the button.
Yep, you're talking about. I made a video about that one actually.
I fucking love that scene.
That is great. It's kind of like that, but longer, and you're slapping Wolverine.
It's joy.
I would love for there to be an MCU game that is not. So the last one we have isn't. Well, the last game actually wasn't that bad, which was the Captain America game.
Mm-hmm.
But I would love for a new one to appear for people who are trying. That'd be nice.
Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't get one like a big one when Avengers came out or something like that. But I can see why they aren't.
There was going to be. It was going to be a first-person shooter.
That still seems very strange. But I would like to see them do something.
I would
it
too.
It feels like there's a huge opportunity to do something cool if you can get the right people on.
I think it's Marvel was just like we weren't very happy with them. Plus, they gave it to Sega of all people. Yeah, we got 2 out of 5 games were playable.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah, it was the Incredible Hulk and Captain America Super Soldier were the 2. And yeah, I would love to see some of those games and whatnot. We don't have a feature this week, by the way.
No.
It was going to be possibly comic books or some big news. Oh, by the way, The Rock's going to be Black Adam. That's all we really know.
Oh yeah, I guess we kind of forgot to mention that. We haven't done a lot of our DC follow-up news.
There hasn't been a lot, unfortunately.
Yeah, but yes, The Rock has finally come forward and revealed that he's going to be playing Black Adam officially. You know, it's not cryptic words during an interview. He's saying this time he's going to be playing Black Adam.
He tweeted it with a picture of Black Adam too.
Yeah, Black Adam beating the shit out of Shazam. I could see it though. I can see him easily. I don't know much about Black Adam, but he certainly has the kind of look for it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I'm excited. Sounds like cool casting news. I love The Rock. I think he's like one of the most charismatic actors in Hollywood right now.
Yeah, but that's really it. You just said that. There you go.
Yep, that's it.
So yeah, Marvel stuff. I mean, there's not really much else to talk about. I mean, we've got some upcoming home media releases soon. We kind of knew this was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
We're waiting for Shield to start because that's when things are gonna start happening because Marvel has a platform.
And there'll always be something to talk about every week when that happens.
Well, the main thing is that Marvel's gonna have a platform with Agents of Shield because they can put in news inside of Agents of Shield by like having a small commercial saying like, "Hey, this," or "We're gonna take Agents of Shield off this week to have another thing about what's going on in the MCU." Because that was entertaining. But yeah, there's not much. I gotta start reading comic books, I guess.
Yeah, I guess that's what we're both going to be doing. I'll be reading comic books and manga this week.
I'm gonna be doing some of that. I mean, I've been pestered into reading some Transformers comics.
You excited for that?
For the most part, I've been putting it off for a long time just because I wanted to read more for this, but kind of can't avoid it now. So, yeah.
All right.
Not much else to say, so I guess we're going to call it, which makes me very happy for one reason. Do you want to know why?
Why is that?
We actually ran out of space last week.
Oh, wow. Where we went over?
We went over. I actually had to lower the quality for last episode so that it would fit. Yeah, so, yeah, we need to start not having hour-and-a-half long podcasts where we ramble.
We need to stop going on like a 30-minute discussion about shit that isn't even remotely close to what we're supposed to be talking about.
Well, I mean, like last week when we ended it and then we talked for another 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that.
So no more of that is what you're saying.
No more of that. So we're going to call it this week. Next week, we're going to have a nice little feature on the home releases of those things. You're probably going to be talking a little more about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because I will not be picking that up, unfortunately, unless some magic deal appears and Amazon is like, $25.
You're like, hot diggity.
Well, like, when I buy my Game of Thrones Blu-rays, it's Game of Thrones on Blu-ray, that costs about $30 on release day. So I was expecting that for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., not $40.
It's a Marvel markup, man.
Marvel markup, but it's a TV show, it'll go on sale. And if it doesn't go on sale, I mean, I'm paying what, extra $10 to not buy it this week.
Yeah,
I can live with that. The
can
cap one, I'm less likely to swallow that pill, mainly because of the fact that Agents of Shield is longer and has more content than a 2-hour movie. So we will see you guys next week with thoughts on those things and whatnot. See you guys.
Have a good one, everybody.
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 Guys.
Have a good one, everybody.